Alright, welcome back to Game 2, Part 3. Okay, so even though it's Part 3, we're actually on Round 2 because we took one part of this video series to cover the setup of the game. So here we are. The starting player marker has been moved to Player 2. Remember, Player 2 is adopting a more attraction-oriented strategy, whereas Player 1 is going to be adopting a more money-oriented strategy. And you can already see that sort of paying off. This player has more money than this player. That player had to spend more money in order to build a larger attraction. This player is going to hopefully be able to maximize his coinage throughout the game, but he has to build some attractions and upgrades in order to earn money, so it's kind of a catch-22. Alright, so starting player moves to the event draw phase. He draws an event card first, and this player draws an event card. Next, moves to the city event. This is officially the marker that round 2 has begun because we now have a second blue city card in the discard pile. This one is from the robot deck. You can see it says each park will score 3 extra stars during the guest step this round. Alright, so now the player moves the marker to the event play. Nothing happened because we haven't reached the guest step, so this doesn't come into effect until then. During the event play step, this player gets to play his cards first. Now remember, during the previous round, he already selected this card because he wanted to build an upgrade for free. This card lets you put a card from the top of the park deck into your hand, or continue to discard and reveal another up to maximum of 5 cards. So this player can basically find the card he's looking for in the park deck. I think he's going to go ahead and build this first, though, because he already knows that he's going to need a lot of icons and stars before he can build his super attraction. So he discards that. What kind of upgrade is he going to build? Well, it's really a no-brainer. He's going to want to build the most expensive thing in his hand, which is this pirate theme. And the pirate theme, remember, gives him 5 coins after he builds it, whether it's for free or he pays to build it. So he's going to go ahead and add that pirate theme underneath his existing attraction, just like that. And then he's also going to get 5 more coin because he built it. So there we go. That's one of his event actions. So it comes back to player 1, who also needs to look at his event card. He also has the same event card. He could build an upgrade for free. Or he could go ahead and take this thing now, which gives him up to 4 actions in total. I think he's going to pin this first to see what his opponent does. He's going to go ahead and move these showcase cards a little bit to the left so he can pin that right in front of him. So he's going to be able to take that extra park step later in the round. Alright, back to the starting player. He could choose to pass or play. He's going to go ahead and choose to pick some cards here. Now remember, to meet his blueprint, he's going to need a food outlet. So he's going to need to go ahead and try to find a food outlet somewhere in this deck. So he's going to draw one, look at it. It's a robot theme. It's tempting. He's going to go ahead and put it aside. 2. Not what he's looking for. 3. Still not what he's looking for. 4. It's tempting. He's going to give it a chance. This is his 5th chance to find something he needs. No. But it does have 2 stars on it. He has to go ahead and keep that. Alright, and that was his event card action. Comes back to this player. He's going to go ahead and play this now. Of course, it isn't a pinned event, so he has to discard it. Build an upgrade from his hand immediately for free. He only has one thing that he can upgrade. But as you can see here, he has something. Well, wait, he doesn't actually have anything that he can build on it, because this only goes on thrill rides, and this. I think he actually is at a bit of an impasse. He can't play this, so he's going to go ahead and pass. You can see he's kind of in trouble because he can't do anything here, and it says you can only build it from your hand, not from the marketplace. So he's kind of stuck. So now it's back to this player. He's going to go ahead and move it to the park step 1 and make a decision. Now he has 3, 4, 5 stars in the park, so he could now go ahead and build his showcase card, but it costs 20. So he's going to need to take out a loan. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He has 10. He has 12 already. So he's going to need to take out 2 loans in order to be able to afford it. Remember, he's going to go ahead and first turn it this way, and then turn it this way. So the minus 20 is facing that player. Then he gets those 2 5s for taking out 2 loans. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. He has 2 coins left. But now he can build the attraction that he wanted. Now remember, he's taking a very attraction-oriented approach to this game. And so even though the pirate thing would give him more money each round, he's going to go ahead and for his 1 super attraction, he's just going to go ahead and build this Robo-Apocalypse, which lets him get an extra upgrade every event step. So he has to build it adjacent to his existing attraction. Now he has 2 more icons and an extra attraction. 2 attractions with 2 icons each is not bad. His strategy is working out pretty well already. Back to this player, he's going to need to take his first park step, not event step. And, of course, he's trying to maximize money here. So he needs to decide what to do. He obviously doesn't have a lot of good stuff to do here. He could build this hire this technician, but he's going to need more attractions and more upgrades. So I think he's going to come over here and look at the available options. This Twister roller coaster is not bad. When he's 6, gives him a star. This Florida's roller coaster gives him an extra star for only 4 more coin. And he does have enough to afford it, so he's going to go ahead and build this, I think. Because the more stars, the more money he gets. And then, of course, the starting player flips over a new card to fill that gap right there. This player pays 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you can see he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars in his park. So now he can build a super attraction in the future if he can afford it. So back to this starting player who moves the marker to park step 2. And of course, he's going to go ahead and want to start building some more upgrades if he can. Looking at his hand, it is tempting to build a junior vice president, but for now, I think he doesn't have enough money to do anything, really. Unless something super cheap is available, which it's not. So he's just going to go ahead and I think draw 2 of these right here. And pick one. He can gain more money for each guest in the future, or gain X stars. That's probably going to be more valuable because he hasn't gotten anywhere near to his guest limit yet. Just going to go ahead and discard that card and keep that one for the next round. Back to player 2. This is actually player 1, sorry, but he's not the starting player right now in this round. And since he can't afford anything either, he's probably going to take the exact same action of drawing 2 event cards and keeping 1. He could either gain some extra coin or reveal the top card of the park deck and build it for free. Now that's valuable. Now, of course, I've been mainly comparing the top of the cards, but if you're adopting a strategy of just causing pain for your opponents, you might also consider picking your event cards based upon the bottoms. This one lets you close any attraction, which is powerful because it can't really be blocked by anything. This one lets you choose an upgrade on a closed attraction and demolish it. But the attraction has to be closed to begin with. So I think this player, since he's focusing on money, is going to go ahead and choose this card here because the top and the bottom are valuable to him. Place that in his hand, discard the one he doesn't want, and starting player moves to park step 3. Alright, now this is the last park step for the starting player because he didn't pin a special event card giving him that extra park step. So he needs to tread carefully here. He already knows he's going to need a food outlet at some point in his park. And seeing that his opponent has gotten one, but he hasn't, he's going to go ahead and discard a card from his hand that's not super valuable. In order to really look through the deck and try to find what he's looking for. Well, no, because all these are pretty valuable, and he's already within his 5-card limit right now. He's safe. I think he's going to draw another blueprint. He's going to take 2 blueprints and look at them. This one requires 2 thrill rides, and he already is well on his way to that because he has 1 thrill ride. This one requires a monorail with some quality, but he has the monorail. He's going to go ahead and keep that one because it gives him a lot more points. And then discard that blueprint. Alright, so he now knows that he's still safe with his hand limit, but he got an extra card. The blueprints don't count towards hand limits, but give him extra victory points if he can meet them at the end of the game. Back to this player. Player 1 needs to make his action. Still can't afford anything, but he would really, really, really like to be able to build some stuff for free. So he's going to go ahead and draw another 2 event cards. And this one lets you choose from a card from your market and put it in hand, which basically lets you steal something from your, so your opponent can't get it. This one, though, is what's going to get him more money because it's more stars equals more money, as long as you stay within your guest capacity. So he's going to go ahead and keep that one and discard this first in line event card. Alright, now the starting player has to move to park step 4, even though the starting player doesn't get the advantage of step 4, because this player has the extra park step pinned event card. This player needs to decide what to do. He could get 2 extra coin just for having these little attractions here, but he knows that it's always more valuable, almost always more valuable, to pick event cards. So he's going to do it again. This one lets you score a star total equal to your park's capacity. This one lets you draw blueprint cards and keep them. This one lets you rearrange upgrades. This one lets you dismiss staff members. I think since he's not going with the blueprint strategy, he's going to go ahead and keep this card right here and discard this one. Alright, and just like that, park step 4 is over, guest step. Now, since this is the starting player, he'll count up and his stars and get his money first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stars, which is within his 15 guest limit. So he's going to go ahead and get 8 stars, except that the Blue Fun Fair City card for this round says during the guest step, each park scores 3 extra stars. So he can add 3 to his total of 8 for a total of 11 stars. So he's actually going to get $11 worth of coin. That's 8 plus 3 makes 11. Now this player over here has exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars, but adding that extra 3 gives this player actually $8 worth of coin. So that's why it's very important for players to always kind of help each other remember to do things like this that are kind of pinned and may not actually be remembered. Alright, now the starting player goes ahead and moves the marker to the cleanup step. And of course the first thing we got to do is discard any pinned event cards. So player 1 is going to go ahead and discard this one right here. Player 2 didn't have any pinned event cards. Next, they need to go ahead and reopen any closed attractions or flip over any staff members who were on vacation, but none were, so we're good there. Now comes the spot where we need to go ahead and clear refill the market. I already did that, so that's ready to go for the next round. And we discard down to 5 cards in each hand. Now, this player here was fine because he was thinking about that hand limit during the game, and he manages to have just 4 park cards and 1 event card, which equals 5. But player 1 over here has 4 event cards and 3 park cards, so he's at 7 right now, and he needs to get rid of 2 cards to get down to 5 card limit. Now, obviously, he's going to want to keep as many event cards as possible because they're all valuable. Let's see what he's got. This one gives him more money because it gives him stars. This one gives him more money because it gives him more stars. This one gives him an upgrade to build for free, which is like free money. And this one gives him free money. He's not going to want to get rid of any of those. Let's see if he can get rid of maybe 2 of his park cards. Yeah, this special element gives him a lot of stars, and he's going to want that because he has a thrill ride, which he can build it on. But the staff member, even though it gives him some victory points at the end and kind of the power to reopen attractions during the game, gives him no stars and not very valuable. Neither does this flagpole. They're both useful later in the game to protect what you've already built, but he hasn't built much. He's not much of a target for the other player, so he's going to go ahead and discard these 2 cards, which means that brings his hand down to 5, which is within the limit. Alright, so now of course the starting player marker moves over to player 1. Player 1 moves the marker back to the beginning, and it's time to start round 3.